Pastor Steve here. 1 Timothy 1:4, we continue in this little section. Nor give heed to fables and endless genealogies which cause disputes, rather than godly edification, which is in faith. So the last time that our mission as believers is to go into the world and preach. Preach the good news. When we get drawn aside from that, we have diverted our energies into that which Paul calls folly or fables. There's a lot of those kind of folly fables floating around right now, and many Christians are involved in these great conspiracy theories, which puts an emphasis on the flesh and not on the Word of God and the Spirit. Do 5G networks cause coronavirus? Was there equipment on the space shuttle that caused earthquakes? Did the U.S. government bring down the two towers? And new ones come up all the time. Most people that do this just want to gather a following for themselves, a cult following, really, of people who are not satisfied with Christ, who are not satisfied with the powerful Word of God, and they turn aside to fables, ear-tickling fables. If God reveals the answer to any of your speculations, cool, be thankful. He's brought light to our mysteries. If not, we should leave well enough alone, especially if we're dwelling on those mysteries and it brings fear to people. One problem with conspiracy theories is that they place too much emphasis on worldly matters. We saw in the previous verse that good soldiers don't get entangled in the world's affairs, but seek rather to please their commanding officer, the king. It's good for political intrigue to come to light, don't get me wrong, but that is not a necessary condition for Christian life. 2 Timothy 3:12, it's right for corruption to be brought to justice, Isaiah 1:17 says. But it's still possible to live a godly life, even if justice never happens. So when I search for truth, Romans 8:31 should always be in mind. What do we say then to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? Exposing the truth is good, but obsessing over rumor and hearsay and half-proven theories is deadly and harmful. Ephesians 5:11 through 14 is an excellent guideline. Verse 11 says, expose the fruitless deeds of darkness. But verse 12 said, do not mention them. How do we expose them? Not by conjecture or worry or fear of never-ending deliberation, but by waiting on the words of verse 13 and 14. Everything exposed by the light becomes visible, for it is a light that makes everything visible. Speak the truth, and you let God take care of the rest in his time. Paul said in 2 Timothy 4 that Timothy was to preach the word. Shine a light on the truth, and falsehood will be exposed. Our mandate is, as Alistair Begg says, to make the main things the plain things, and the plain things the main things. You ponder that, Pastor Steve.